This video is going to cover the topic of finding missing angles in multi-step problems. Be sure the date and topic are at the top of your page. The essential question for this video is how can we find the measure of missing angles in multi-step problems? When multiple lines intersect, it can be tough to make sense of all the information and the work that we need to find the missing angle. However, if we stop and take time to assess what we know and what is missing, we can usually find the missing values. Some tips that might help are to look for the following. Ask yourself, are there any vertical angles? Because we know vertical angles are equivalent. Ask yourself if there are any straight or any right angles. Look for these because they can often help you fill in missing information. Let's take a look at this example. We are looking for the measure of x, right? So what we're looking for is the measure of angle CGE, right? That's our question. And what we know is way over here. We know the angle of AGF is 77 degrees. That's been given to us. Something else we know is that angle AGC is labeled as a right angle. So that's 90 degrees. Let me think. What else could help us figure this out? Well, maybe it's hard to tell now that I've drawn on it, but we had this was a straight angle, right? F to G to E is a straight angle, and I think that will help give us enough information because that means we know that that whole straight line is 180 degrees. Which means that all three of these angles that we're looking at together make 180 degrees. So we know that 77 plus 90 plus, plus x equals 180. And we can work to figure out what that would be. And if we combine what we already know, right, we have 77 plus 90. We know that we already have 167 degrees accounted for, plus our missing value makes 180. So if we subtract from both sides, we find that x must be 13 degrees. So finding what we knew helped us to figure out what was missing. Let's try another. So once again, we're looking for the value of x, and this time x is the angle EGB, right? That's what we're trying to find. So let's kind of take an overview and see what we know. Well, it's nice that we know that there's a right angle right here, right? So we know that angle AGC is 90 degrees. That's a good place to start. We also know that angle, let's see, let me change my color here. We also know that angle FGD is labeled as 30 degrees. And the question is, does this really help us, right? It's nowhere near the angle we're looking for, but I think it can indeed help us. Because I know that across from it right here is a vertical angle. These two must be equivalent. So if FGD is 30 degrees, then I wrote G there, CGE must also be 30 degrees. So that's actually quite helpful. And it's helpful because now if I look at this, here's my straight line, right, from A through G to B. I know that that is a 180 degree straight line. And so this section plus this section plus this section has to be a total of 180 degrees. And since we know AGC is 90, and now we know CGE is 30, we know that our missing value would add with that to make 180 degrees. And if we combine what we know, right, the two parts we already know are 120, and the part that's missing we can solve for. And we do that, we can find that our missing value is 60 degrees. So we solved based on what we knew, and we were able to find that our missing value is 60 degrees. Here's another example, and this one looks kind of daunting with all the lines going in all the different directions. But once again, we'll just kind of make sure we find what we know. We're looking for the angle BGF. So take a moment to assess what it is that you know already and how that can help you figure out what is missing. I see, of course, that there is a nice straight angle right here from E to G to F. So that means that's 180 degrees. I also see on here that AGE has been labeled, and that's labeled 55 degrees. It would be really useful if we could figure out this angle right here, right? Because that's part of our straight line, and it doesn't look like we have it, but if you look really carefully, you'll notice we actually do know it, because this is a vertical angle here with this angle. So if DGC is 90 degrees, then it turns out angle AGB is also 90 degrees. So now we know all of this section, right? And we're looking for this missing piece that makes that 180 degrees. So what it looks like we know is that 55 degrees plus that 90 degree angle, which is vertical from the other one, plus our missing value is 180 degrees. So we can, of course, solve for 180 degrees. So the part we know is 145, which means we just have to subtract and figure out what's missing. Which means, of course, that our missing value is 35 degrees, right? Which seems very reasonable. So even when something looks complicated, always just stop and assess what it is you know, right? So here again, we're looking for X, which actually appears to be this larger angle here of A to E to G, right? It looks like it covers both of those little sections there. So it might kind of be like, oh, pretty overwhelming what it is that we can do to figure this out, but take stock of what you know. So you know that angle FED is 50 degrees. That's labeled as such right here. And that helps us because that happens to be the vertical angle of this section right here, right? These are across from each other and are therefore equivalent. So we know angle, let's see, GEC is also 50 degrees. And actually, those two are vertical angles, which is super useful, but also it looks like we know DEB, angle DEB is labeled as 20 degrees. And that's also useful because that's a vertical angle with this little sliver right here. They're across from each other and are therefore equal. So angle AEC also happens to be 20 degrees. And amazingly, that actually gives us everything we need to know because AGE is the combination of GEC and AEC. So if we add those together, 50 plus 20, then we know right away that our angle that we're looking for is 70. Which means now it's time for you to try one for yourself. So we're looking for the angle DAB, right? So it's up to you to try to figure out what you're going to use to find that, but be sure you look for any information that can help. Are there vertical angles? Are there straight angles? Are there right angles? Use what we can, right, and use what we've given you to calculate the value. You're going to calculate it and bring it to class so that we can check. And remember, the essential question for the video was how we can find the measure of an angle in a multi-step problem. I've walked you through how I would do that for a few examples, and now it's your turn to try. And of course, we'll do some more in class. But be sure to have your notes and questions ready for class.